Did you know that in the US, on average, 15 to 20% of our population suffer from dyslexia, when the rest of the world is generally half that amount? Don't you wonder why that is? Is it our children, our teachers? And why does the US rank so low in education globally? Finland always comes in at number 1, yet their school day is filled with long recesses outside, art and crafts. How do they do it? Do they have some magic potion? Well, in fact, they do. Finland has one of the easiest written languages in the world. By the time their kids start school, most of them already know how to read. If not, they learn within 9 months. Can you imagine the wealth of information and words these kids are exposed to at such an early age? Because they're not bogged down with reading instruction, these kids are allowed the time to thrive in all subjects. Unlike our kids, they can breathe throughout the day, all simply because of the writing system they inherited. We, on the other hand, have inherited one of the most complex writing systems in the world. On average, it takes our children 2 to 3 times more instruction time and practice compared to most other countries. Why is this? Well, 50% of our language is of foreign origin. We have adopted words from all over the world throughout our history. Simply put, our language is all over the map and is unpredictable. This story is not new. Teddy Roosevelt, Noah Webster, and Ben Franklin, to name a few, wanted to reform our spelling system to make our written language more predictable. Obviously, they didn't get anywhere. But why are we not talking about this? Instead, we're always pointing fingers at teachers, administrators, and sadly, the kids. And quite frankly, I've done it myself in the past. Yet our complex language is a huge culprit. It's exhausting. In 2007, only 1/3 of our 8th graders could read at a proficient level, and our massive high school dropout rate is most often the result of poor literacy skills. Yet we are America. We're the innovators. Why aren't we solving this problem? Obviously, reforming our spelling at this point in time is not going to happen, but we can try to simulate Finland. I am certain of that. You see, at this point in time, we have a good handle on how to teach reading to kids, and it's a very slow process. But we don't have a handle on keeping them engaged. We have way too many good enough readers. These are the kids that find our written language too exhausting to continue on to read higher level books. These are the kids that could care less about school once they hit the middle school grades because they're burned out. And it's sad because it's not their fault they inherited such a complex language. And can you imagine having a reading disability on top of this? So how do we make it easier on them? How do we make reading less exhausting? Well, predictable languages have clear syllable breaks and predictable vowel patterns. The importance of this is obvious. When we don't know a word, those are the first things we look for. So to simulate a language like that of Finland, we must simply highlight these important factors. We highlight syllable breaks and accentuate long vowels, similar to an acute accent mark, which is used in many languages. We also highlight patterns within one-syllable words. We do all this while keeping the words intact. I've named it Noah Text. This is an example of the way words look in a higher level book. I'll read it aloud. The pronunciation of nation is different from national, as well as the words real and reality, sign and signature. This is confusing to new and struggling readers and those that are dyslexic. That's why Noah Text highlights critical patterns. It's like giving the reader a key to the puzzle. This is an example of the way words look in a simple early reader. As you can read along, it says, these small words teach us how to read when chunks are in bold, such as would, could, should, and light, night, write, and fight. Noah Text not only helps with fluency and ease of reading, it also promotes self-teaching, similar to predictable writing systems like that of Finland. That's why their children start school way ahead of ours. To access this text, please go to noahtext.com, and please watch part 2 of this short video series. As well, please pass this video on. If we can help just one child, it's worth it. No child or adult should feel the pain of illiteracy. It's a horrible feeling. Thank you.